Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our Ask UWI session on our physics area and our physics program. My name is Nataki Kerr. I am the manager, brand and student recruitment marketing at our beautiful University of the West Indies St. Augustine campus. And it is my pleasure to welcome all of you again to our Ask UWI session on physics. This is a session that we have formulated just for you guys, just to make sure that any question you have about physics, our team here is eager and waiting to respond and answer all your queries to make sure you have all the information you need to sign up with us, to come onto our campus and to join our campus community from September 2024. Remember, our deadline date is July 31st, so we want to make sure that everyone has all the information they need, all your questions that you have, burning questions that you have that we are going to answer this afternoon. We want to make sure you have everything you need so you can sign up to join with us in September 2024 and even beyond. This afternoon, our program will be about 45 minutes long, so we are asking everyone, make sure and have your questions. You can jot your questions down in our chat. We have an eager team. Our physics team is there eagerly waiting to respond to you in the chat. Or we actually want to hear your voices. We want to hear you ask those questions, so you can use your raise hand tool option. I'll call on you and you can ask your questions, and we would love to hear from you. So again, welcome to our Ask UWI session. This afternoon, we have a couple of panelists with us, and we have with us this afternoon, Dr. Devinder Sharma, who is the head of our physics department. We have with us Dr. Andrea Joseph, the coordinator of the BSc in Biomedical Technology and also an academic advisor, and also Dr. Ricardo Clark, who's the coordinator of the MSc in Renewable Energy Technology. We have our panelists from our physics department, and we also have our assistant registrar, Ms. Simone Roberts, who's here. So if you want to know exactly what requirements you need to have, what pre-requirements you need to have to join our physics group, our physics team, she would be the one to answer all those questions. So everyone is here. We have a team here who I think I could guarantee should be able to answer any questions that you have. So again, welcome to our Ask UWI session in physics. So to start off right away, I'm going to ask Dr. Sharma, who is the head of the physics department, to share his screen and to present to all of you. Dr. Sharma.
Thank you, Ms. Nataki. Just checking if you're seeing my screen clearly.
Yes, I am. So you could just put it on slideshow. Wonderful.
Thank you. Welcome, students, to this Ask UWI Physics session. I will go through some of the program. I will go through our program offering that we have. So at Department of Physics, we basically offer a wide range of program ranging from undergraduate to postgraduate. So let's first go through the undergraduate program. So we offer BSc General with major in physics, which is our main degree. And then we also offer minors under this one in the area of electronics, medical physics, material science, and environmental science. We also offer BSc Special Degree in Biomedical Technology, which is a full-fledged complete degree, fixed degree with the little options, very popular one. We also offer BSc General with major in electronics. So these are the three undergraduate programs that we offer. Apart from this one, at postgraduate level, we offer Master in Renewable Energy Technology. We offer MSc degree in Biomedical Physics. And we also offer PG certificate and diploma in the area of medical radiation science. Apart from these taught programs, we also offer research degrees, MPhil and PhD. We offer MPhil and PhD in physics, as well as in renewable energy technology. So just giving you a little bit information about my academic staff. We have 11 academic staff members coming from local, regional, and abroad, from Africa, from Russia, from India, and locally here. And at department, we have state-of-art teaching laboratories to facilitate your experimental learning. We have also dedicated research laboratory in our specific area, For example, in astronomy, we have astronomical observatory, and in electronics, we have digital system design and smart grid lab. And then we have labs for material science, we have lab for renewable energy, we have lab for medical physics area. So these are some of the research labs that I'm showing you here. We also have some special units within the department to facilitate research work of our PG student as well as project work of undergraduate students. So X-ray diffraction unit and electron microscope unit, these are the two units which are basically who facilitate research in the area of material science and medical physics. And also we offer our services to entire university. Then for electronics and related project work and mechanical related project work, we have electronics workshop, mechanical wood workshop. These workshops facilitate us, our students, and even entire campus for electronics related or mechanical related works. Now, I am here to speak specifically on electronics related offering, and I will go through what career path you can choose after doing this particular degree. So in department, we offer major in electronics, as already I said, and we also, along with major, we also offer minor in electronics, and we also offer electronics courses under BSc Biomedical Technology program. So just a little bit brief here about the major. So main aim of this major in electronics program is to produce skilled workforce in various areas of electronics, especially communication, control, and integrated electronics to support especially the local industry, telecommunication, petroleum, power, mass communication, and automation industries. This is a joint venture between physics department and Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering, which started in 2014. You can do the major in electronics independently, or you can do the double major. You can do major in electronics and major in physics together. You can do major in electronics and major in computer science together. You can do major in electronics and some minors together. So these are some options that you have. Now, look at employment opportunities or career path that you will have when you will complete major in electronics. So in telecommunication industry, just like TSTT, Digital, and Telecommunication Authority of Trinidad and Tobago, Flow, so you can find employment there. You can also find employment in oil and gas industries like Petrotrin, BPTT, and power industry like TNTAC and PowerGen, TV and broadcasting channels like WinTV, IETV, Radio Jagriti, etc. Okay, you can also go into government ministries, especially Ministry of Energy and the Ministry of Tertiary Education. Then you can also go to research bodies like CRERI, NIHAS, UV itself, then Environmental Management Authority, Met Office is there, then Trinidad and Tobago Bureau of Standard is there. So you can find employment over there because in one or another form, they are utilizing electronics expertise over there. And you can also become school teacher. And if you want to do further studies, option is also there. You can easily do MASc in electrical engineering, electrical and computer engineering. You can do MSc in renewable energy technology. And you can also pursue research career by doing PhD and MPhil in area of electronics. So these are some of the career paths that you will have after completing the major in electronics. So here I'm giving you a list of some of our students who are right now in various industries. So our students you will find in Bureau of Standards. Okay, so I have listed some here: Ministry of Energy, Ministry of Regional Health Agencies. We have students in TNTAC. We have students in University as a lecturer, University of West Indies and its other campuses, regional campuses, then UTT. Then we have students in telecommunication services and Trinidad and Tobago. So opportunities are there. So our students are almost everywhere and almost everybody's Trinidad and Tobago. So that's it from my side, and further information about our offering you can get from this website. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sharma. And I really liked how you went into detail about the career options, because so many times people think you know, they wonder, what else can I do with a physics degree? And it's really important for them to understand how comprehensive it is and how many industries, because that was quite an impressive list. So I'm really glad that you went into that detail. I'm just going to remind our attendees, maybe some of you came in late, to welcome to our Ask UWI session. Don't be shy, or even if you're shy, you can ask your questions in our chat. Ask us some questions. Our team is waiting to respond. We've already sent some information for you if you want to click or copy the link, save it, look at our information a bit later to see all the various areas that you can go into, use the links that we've provided. We've also provided an email address where you can always email if after the session you have questions. We have an email address for you to email, and our team is readily available to make sure and answer any questions you have to ensure that you sign up with us at our University of the West Indies St. Augustine campus for September 2024. So moving right along, I would now like to introduce Dr. Andrea Joseph, who is the coordinator of our BSc in Biomedical Technology and also an academic advisor. So she can give you advice with regards to where you can go with your degree, with your program. And she will discuss some more career opportunities for you. So just in case you're not sure, here's Dr. Joseph.
Thank you very much, Ms. Kerr. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Sessions like these are always exciting for us because we get to talk about what we love, and that's physics. And we want you to be a part of our wonderful physics family. Now, as expected, you are particularly interested in, of course, career opportunities with physics. Now, this here is a snippet from the IOP, or Institute of Physics website. Now, the IOP is a professional body for physicists. Now, let's see what it says there. And I took this today from the website. Employers across a huge range of industries are crying out for people with physics skills right now. Now, I will put the link into the chat after I'm finished, but when you go to the site, and scroll down and down and down, you will find opportunities that are amazingly diverse and can lead you into the realm of the macroscopic, the quantum realm, and everything in between. You will also see job opportunities that on the surface may not seem to have anything to do with physics, but because of its nature, physics prepares you to confidently transition into these areas. Now, look at this wheel. Wow. This is a beautiful wheel. If you didn't realize it before, you can clearly see that physics is in everything. And we see, of course, electronics. If we take a look at the different bits of the wheel, we can see electronics really integrated into all parts of the wheel. We see areas for fundamental physics. We see areas for applied physics. And of course, we even see those areas, art and business and law, that we may not, as we said before, normally or traditionally associate with physics careers. Now, let's move on to talk a little bit about particular areas and career opportunities. So with astrophysics, we're looking at fundamental physics areas here. With astrophysics, there are career paths in space science, aerospace engineering, satellite communications. You know, maybe we want to work on a smaller scale where we look at or focus on that field of quantum physics. All right, well, quantum physics can lead to careers in quantum algorithm science. Maybe you are interested in information science, so that will focus on quantum cryptography, quantum computing. Maybe you want to deal with the hardware or software for quantum computing, so quantum engineering becomes a part of your career plan. At that point, maybe you want to get into data science or machine learning or computer programming. All of these require that you start off with physics. Yay, physics. Now, were it not for science journalists, many of us would not be aware of the many developments that are taking place in science and technology that really impact our world. So we need persons to connect the dots for us and to make available for us or to us the work that's carried out by researchers. This is another career path you can consider. Medical. Now, one of the first things we realize when looking at physics and medicine is that for every patient, there is a team involved in ensuring quality care for that patient. And we have, as part of that team, doctors, nurses, administrative staff, custodial staff, and where we come in, we have biomedical technologists and or medical physicists. Now, let's talk about possible career paths. We see a number of them here that cover or career opportunities that we can look forward to, whether we do the medical physics and bioengineering minor or the biomedical technology program. Now, medical physics in general deals with the application of physics to medicine. And this can allow for job opportunities in, as we see, many different areas. We have job opportunities in diagnostic radiology or imaging, radiation therapy, nuclear medicine, in looking at the safe use of radiation and radionuclide sources, in improving the effectiveness of imaging techniques, or you may want a career in drug delivery and design, or in designing the next generation of systems and treatments for patient care. Or maybe you want to go off to an institution where you want to ensure the proper functioning and use of medical equipment. You want to maybe deal with the life cycle of medical equipment from procurement to decommissioning. You want to look at maintenance procedures, preventative maintenance, and so on for medical equipment. And many of these jobs include teaching future medical physicists, resident physicians, training medical staff, and so on, and technology intern in terms of the safe use of various types of equipment. At the end of the day, regardless of your role, when you select a career path in medical physics, you ultimately are responding to societal needs and providing solutions to engineer a better and healthier world. There's much more to say, but I'll stop at this point. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Joseph. I think that you may have some opportunity to even explain some more afterwards, because it was quite exciting stuff. If it's one thing I know is that there isn't anyone who's on this session with us who could say afterwards that all you can do with a physics degree is teach. Not that teaching isn't noble in itself, because that's what most of us do. However, there are so many opportunities, and I'm really glad that the team is speaking to that. And we're talking about undergraduate and postgraduate in terms of opportunities here. So now I would like to introduce Dr. Ricardo Clark, who is our coordinator for the MSc in Renewable Energy Technology. And again, he is going to open your minds a bit about the career opportunities available so that, you know, we all understand exactly where our future could be. This really could be you. So Dr. Clark, over to you.
Thank you, Ms. Kerr, and welcome to all to the Ask UWI Physics session here. And in addition to all of those exciting and rewarding career paths, which Dr. Sharma and Dr. Joseph have outlined for you, I would also want to show you some areas in which you can follow in terms of career paths, really exciting areas also where you'll be making a valuable contribution, and that is using what your basic physics. So here I'm talking about for someone who has come in and has done the major in physics, one can also marry that with one of our minors. I'm talking mainly in terms of the environmental physics. You can also marry it with material science. You see also matches nicely also with the major in physics. And everyone today is aware of our global crisis. And if I ask a question, I'm sure everybody can answer, put up their hand and answer yes. That's our increase in global surface temperatures, climate change. And therefore there is a need and a growing need for persons to address all of the impacts of climate change on the different sectors. When we talk about impact on tourism, say for our Caribbean islands, impact on our islands, most of our population live on the coast. When we talk about impacts on the construction industry, we talk about impacts on our biodiversity, impacts say on energy systems. Who would address that? And this is where the environmental physicists would come in. In the minor in environmental physics, we give you a broad education there at the undergraduate level. And there are 5 theoretical courses, we'd say, and these are in the areas of meteorology and climatology, give you the basics so that you can move on into career paths as meteorologists and climatologists. The senior climatologist at the Trinidad and Tobago Meteorological Service is a former graduate from the physics department. You can also find yourself in the oil and gas industry. We also have a course in that minor on solid earth geophysics. And it's not only to find gas reserves, but also to find water reserves, groundwater reserves. So you can find yourself also in the water industry as well. There are a number of our graduates have found themselves in the oil and gas industry and contributing towards our economy in Trinidad and Tobago. There's another course in physical oceanography there, and one of the main physical oceanographers in Trinidad right now did his first degree in physics. There's also the course on fundamentals of renewable energy, looking at the basics when it comes to solar, wind, biomass, bioenergy. Therefore, you can find yourself into so many different areas there when it comes to career-wise. There's also a course on earth science, and one would think, oh, what will I do with earth science? Would you imagine that the earth science and the geophysics, all of that goes into what we call a geoscience. Whether we are looking at exploring our earth, and when I mean our earth, I doesn't mean solid earth. I mean also the liquid earth, our ocean as well. So we're talking about that aspect of it. We have some of our students also, some of our graduates who are at the Seismic Research Center. They are research fellows there. So there are many career paths with that just one minor and at the undergraduate level. And as Drs. Joseph and Sharma said, the physics, the basic physics really builds that those skills, those critical thinking. We talk critical thinking here, physics here, critical thinking, problem solving, physics. That's our business. That's what you're trained to do. That's what we help you to develop. Then at the master's level, we realized that there was a need for training our people in the Caribbean to have the skills for us to go to, we're talking about this net zero emissions. Okay, there are a number of what we call national determined commitments, and that's where we want to reduce the amount of carbon dioxide which we emit into the atmosphere. And then we're looking at how do we mitigate against that. And one of the mitigation options is renewable energy. And for us to have we must have a skilled workforce for us to be able to achieve those objectives. And that's what the Masters in Renewable Energy Technology does for you. And there you have many, many opportunities. And we have specialists from Europe, from Germany, who are part of the teaching. We have our locals as well, persons in energy auditing from the central bank, persons from the seismic center, and our own local lecturers who would contribute to helping you to build those skills in renewable energy technology to ensure that we in the Caribbean have the skill sets to take us to that net zero or to whatever goal that our countries have set for us. So there are many, many opportunities when it comes to taking that first your major in physics with a minor in environmental physics, and then moving on, specializing in renewable energy technology. We're here to take your questions and see how best we can answer, and for when making your choice, and hopefully your choice would be physics department at the St. Augustine campus. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Clark. And I really liked that you brought it home into our current scenario. I mean, everyone is aware about the environment and the challenges that our Caribbean territory and Trinidad and Tobago face. And sometimes we all wonder, how can we be part of the solution? Well, one of the ways you can be part of the solution is by coming to our physics program and doing a degree in physics or a postgrad degree in physics. And some of the examples that you used are really current and something that we could all understand and appreciate. So I really like that you focused on that aspect. And again, if you have any questions after our Ask UWI session, remember we've put our emails and our links and so on in the chat. You can email us, you can reach out to us, and we'll be very happy to help you make the best decision possible for you. And having said that, I would now like to ask Simone Roberts, who's our assistant registrar in terms of admissions. She's going to just help us understand what type of requirements we need if we want to do a physics degree, and any other questions you may have, she'll be free to answer them. So Simone, you're on mute.
Right. Thanks, Nataki.
Welcome.
Afternoon, everyone.
Yes.
Afternoon, everyone. So, I want to say thanks to the members of the physics department for the lovely overview that they gave you all on what is possible with degrees from the Department of Physics. And I will just give you some of the requirements. So for a BSc in physics, you need two CAPE subjects, one of which, of course, must be physics, but they accept either physics or pure maths, and you will have to have physics at the CSEC or equivalent level. For biomedical technology, same thing applies, two CAPE subjects, one of which must be physics or pure math. And for electronics, pure math and physics are required for electronics. So we also look, so for persons who may not have done CAPE, you can also apply. Don't feel that we won't consider you. So you may have done an associate degree at UTT or community college in the Caribbean, in another Caribbean countries, Barbados Community College, for example. You can also apply, and the GPA required must be at least 2.5. Thanks, Nataki.
Okay, thanks very much, Simone. We appreciate the information. We'd just like to ask if any of our panelists have any additional information on the postgrad programs, maybe some milestones or maybe some special students studying particular areas that you think may be of interest to anyone in our audience. And I know that we've discussed our undergraduate options and we've touched on the postgrad, but if there's anything else you want to add about our postgrad program, now would be a good time for us to just share any information you may have.
Dr. Clark, Dr. Clark might be, he's a Deputy Dean Graduate Studies, yes, so he will be better to answer.
I saw him smiling, so Dr. Clark, over to you.
Yeah, we have Dr. Joseph and I have a student together, and I would really like to leave it to her to tell us more about that area. It's really, Nataki, you talk about us finding solutions.
Yeah.
And what you find in the physics department, those students who are doing research degrees, and even in the master's programs where they have research projects, they work on real life problems to find solutions.
Yeah.
For each and every one of them. And that's a uniqueness. That, to me, that brings some satisfaction when I'm, if I can find some possible solution or some way to advance in a solution.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it to Dr. Joseph just to tell us about one of our students. If we have time, we can.
Yes, we have time. More. And I want to know too, so I'm very interested here.
Thanks very much, Dr. Clark. And thanks, Ms. Kerr, for that. Yes, we really have a beautiful array of research topics that our students cover across the board at the postgraduate level in our department, and that's at the MSc level and at the MPhil and PhD levels. And every project, as we say, as we always, would say to our students, we want to ensure that each project that's being done, it's something that it's on a topic that's relevant. It's on a topic that's timely, that provides some kind of solution or movement towards a solution within our country or within the Caribbean context, and of course with applications internationally and so. And this particular student that Dr. Clark and I supervise, it's work in the cardiovascular area. And we may think cardiovascular disease and immediately say that's medicine. But like I had said before, with any patient, there is a medical team that's affiliated with that patient and the care for the patient in covering so many different areas. And when we think of cardiovascular disease, yes, there is the clinical part in terms of the hospital visits and the doctors and nurses and the work that they do. But there are also a lot of other aspects dealing with technology and modeling and so on that one has to consider when looking at solving the burden of cardiovascular disease. And this is what this student is attempting to do by her work through predictive modeling. And again, this is a student who started off at the undergraduate level with a BSc in biomedical technology. So of course, she gained the skills, the knowledge, and so on with respect to the application of physics in the medical field. And of course, she's now pursuing a PhD in looking at predictive modeling with respect to cardiovascular disease. So can we, via this predictive modeling, assist our clinicians in helping to work with patients to ensure that with interventional strategies, to ensure that they look after their health and do not continue on a possible path leading to heart failure or a stroke, that sort of thing. And this is the type of work that this student has embarked on, highly physics oriented in terms of the principles that are required and the skills, the critical thinking required for her project work. And we are really excited about where this can take us. And it's focusing not just on our Caribbean, it is a project for Trinidad and Tobago, yes, but using data from research work and using techniques from research work that are global, international, so where standards are maintained and ensured and so on. So it is amazing the work that our students have engaged in and the impact that this research work can have on our country, our region, and the world. And we are really very proud of the work that we do at the Department of Physics. Dr. Clark, did I answer as you wanted me to?
Yes, thank you, Dr. Joseph.
Thanks very much, team. And that was really quite impressive. Dr. Joseph, you were going to say something?
I was saying thanks to you as well for the opportunity for me to speak.
But I wanted to know, actually, I was sitting here and I was waiting to find out. And actually, I just saw Dr. Williams Paul post in our chat that we have some testimonials via a link. So in case you don't believe what these three experts here are telling you, you can check to see what our students are saying. So we have testimonials on the link because we know that our team here is really passionate about what they do. And I really, really appreciated that last bit of information. Now I understand why Dr. Clark was smiling so. And people really want to know how they can be part of the solution. And I think these are real life, real time, real situation testimonies that would help you make a decision. And what I especially like about our presentations this afternoon, they all show how multidisciplinary physics is. And sometimes, you're just thinking in one area, physics is just this, but physics isn't just this, it's a lot of things. So it spans disciplines and it spans a whole host of areas that you wouldn't even think of. So I urge you to explore all the options. We have actual testimonies here. You can just click on the link. You can ask a question. You could send if you need to have this presentation here and share it with a friend or with your classmates, we're going to upload it onto YouTube by next week, Tuesday. Monday is a holiday, so we may take a holiday on Monday, but by Tuesday, we'll have it uploaded onto YouTube, so you can always come back and check back and hear what our panelists had to say. So we really appreciate that. right now, I would like to ask Dr. Sharma, I know we're coming down to a close. If you have any parting words, I know you're very passionate about your physics. If you have any parting words for our listeners and viewers, anything you may want to add before we close off this afternoon?
You, Mr. Okay, so at Department of Physics, we basically keeping our we basically looking forward for the latest technologies. Whatever the latest happening in the area, we trying to adjust our curriculum according to the need of the country and global need. For example, we basically introduce a medical MS in medical physics. We introduce MS in renewable energy technology, and very soon now we are going to introduce a new BSc program in electronics with artificial intelligence. So we basically working with how technology is changing. So accordingly, we changing our offering, we changing our research facilities, we changing our teaching lab, etc. So we are here to help the students, help the region, and promote the UWI brand. Yeah.
That's excellent. That's excellent, Dr. Sharma. And I don't think we could ask for anything more than that. And I would like to also remind our listening audience, maybe some of you have come in late, that, we have all our information there. You can email us. I saw Dr. Joseph. She put all her information there in the chat. So if you want to chat with her too, she's available. Our entire team is available. And UWI Open Days is on April 13th and 14th of April. So you can come on Saturday the 13th. You can come on Sunday the 14th. You can come on both days if you want. You can just register and attend. Check out all the ads on our social media platforms, and you could speak to our physics team directly. So you may want to talk to Dr. Clark or chat with Dr. Sharma. It's fine. They'll be there. I hope you all will be there. I'm just kidding. They'll be there at our physics department setup in our quadrangle on the St. Augustine campus on April 13th and 14th. So maybe you're still not sure. Maybe you just want to talk to somebody directly. All our faculties will actually be there so that you can come and ask your questions. And we also have several other Ask UWI sessions. So anything you want to find out, just keep checking us on our social media platforms, and you could find out about the wide range of study and programs we have at the beautiful University of the West Indies St. Augustine campus. So again, thank you very much for joining us. It was an absolute pleasure to have you here with us. Look out for more information on our social media platforms, and thank you for attending Ask UWI.